going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are having a great day so far. How's everybody? Saturday. Happy Saturday. Good to see everybody in the chat. I'm glad you're here. We're going to hang out. We're going to watch some court. Before we do that, I need to say happy birthday to Julia. It's her birthday today. Your boyfriend Jeremy said that you watch my channel, so I wanted to shout out your birthday. So happy birthday, Julia. All right. We are going to start in Judge Simpson's courtroom. This is from yesterday. Landlord-tenant docket. I have no excuse for why I can't word today, but I can never word. So hope everyone's having a good day. Let's just get started. Before I hit that play button, you know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
Court calls case of ESA Management versus Elizabeth Kurtz.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Crystal Herm is appearing on behalf of Plaintiff ESA Management for Extended Stay America.
Elizabeth Kurtz. She's here. You can stand right up here. Hello. All right, where are we on this case? I think we were at 630750 last time or something along those lines.
I can say something.
Yes, ma'am.
I work hard. I live outside of conventional housing. I was laid off about 10 years ago. And since that time, I built a business. It's a street business where I sell street paper. And I don't receive any state aid.
Oh, I did look him up. I looked him up, and yeah, I'm not going to say an exact clone, but I see the similarity. I do. And I knew who that was. For whatever reason, I didn't recognize the name, but when I looked him up, I did recognize him. Also, Lone Wolf, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Thank you so much. I hope your show went well. Raid. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. Welcome to all the raiders. I hope you guys had fun at Lone Wolf. All right. This is Judge Simpson, landlord-tenant docket. Her audio kind of sucks. And I don't, it's that podium. It's that podium. So, but Judge Simpson's fine. So, yeah, I'm not, whatever. Let's just play. Thank you, Lone Wolf.
Section 8 or anything like that, but I have been able to maintain housing, especially in the extended stay. I don't have any representation because the legal aid system really doesn't support or recognize who are staying in hotels, because the Michigan law is pretty vague on hotel stays when it comes to tenancy. But I'm an extended stay. It is a hotel that gives you after 30 days, it gives you tax exemption. And
You were supposed to file a written answer.
Okay, I understand that. Actually, I did. And I sent it to you. I mailed it to you. And today I recognized that it had gone to the wrong email. And I have documentation for that.
You emailed it to me?
I sent it to you, but I didn't know it was rejected until I was preparing today, shortly before I was preparing today.
Okay, did you get it to counsel?
It's in my phone, it's in my documents.
No. You sent something to the court. Did you send?
I sent it, but it didn't arrive.
Okay, not my question. Not my question. Did you send it to opposing counsel?
Who is opposing counsel?
Counsel for the plaintiffs.
I wasn't aware that I needed to do that.
No, forget.
And that's what bothers me. You know, I live outside of conventional housing. It's hard enough to stay afloat. There's not a lot of legal representation. I'm having to put together. everything.
Ma'am. Yes, you're gonna have to put it together on your own. We're giving you resources to contact. You can contact the University of Michigan. You can contact whomever.
Sir, I
But-
contacted the University of Michigan, in past cases. They were unable to represent me, specifically in a case like this. Legal aid does not represent.
So you're gonna have to represent yourself.
Absolutely. That's why I'm here.
Then I need a written answer,
Okay,
and it needs to be sent to opposing counsel.
okay. Can you give me additional time to do that? Because I can't do it here because I don't have.
What is the monthly rent?
Actually, it varies, and that's the reason I'm here, because I'm supposed to get my tax deduction after 30 days.
Counsel, what is the monthly rent?
Your Honor, it's on average 84 cents a day. And at this point.
I'm sorry, you broke up there. It's how much per day?
$86.44 on average per day.
All right, someone explain this to me. How is it on average? Can someone please answer that? How would this possibly be on average? Also, $86 a day? Just some quick math. That's what is it? $2,400 a month? I hope she has a really big space for $2,400 a month. $86 a day. The only place I know that charges rent per day are hotels, motels, and that kind of situation. What is it? Anyways, that's not the point of this. It's just wild.
And it is the outstanding balance as of today, August 30th, is $9,539.
Yeah, I have had, gradually, the fees that have been added into the account. I paid much more than 84 a day. I have, a receipt here that for,
Ma'am,
was $1,083, and that doesn't represent a lot.
ma'am, I'm going to need you to give in writing all of your defenses to this action. A copy of that answer needs to be sent to counsel for the plaintiff.
I have received that address today to work with.
It should be on your pleadings that you received.
I received a summons and I received a notice to quit. Notice to payment of vacate premises.
Okay, and do you see where it says plaintiff's attorney?
So if you.
Okay, look on the left-hand side, look on the right-hand side,
On the summons or on the.
on the summons, at the top.
Yeah. I see the plaintiff's name. I don't see necessarily a phone number. There's no email.
For Pete's sake. Hand me your paperwork.
I don't see any email. I'm glad to be. I didn't.
Right here. There's a phone number. There's an address. You can call them. You can get an email address that you can send it to them. But you need to file an answer. You need to file an answer and you're operating on borrowed time. Counsel, I apologize for this. I would ask your opinion on this, but I'm going to do it this way anyway. You need to file an answer by September 5th.
I appreciate it, Sean. But, you know, it really bothers me that people in my situation are given the short end of the stick on everything.
On what short end of the stick have you gotten on this case? Tell me one that you've gotten here.
I don't have representation.
Ma'am, I've given you a week to get representation. The very fact you could not find it doesn't put you on the short end of the stick. I then told you that what you'll have to do is you'll have to represent yourself. You said fine. So I'm telling you how it's going to run. You are not getting the short end of the stick from anybody in this courtroom. And I resent you saying that. about what happens in this courtroom. Because anybody that comes into this courtroom doesn't get the short end of anything from this judge. So I'm done even addressing that. You will have an answer into the court to opposing counsel by the 5th. I will set a next hearing in this matter for September 6th, 2024 at 3 p.m. I'm also going to order escrow to be paid at an amount of $86.44 per day, payable every 7 days to the court.
And why am I representing myself, sir?
Excuse me?
Why am I representing myself?
Why are you?
Yes,
I don't know that I can answer that.
you can't, because there's no legal counsel available for me in this state. So that's what I mean when I say I'm getting short of it.
The escrow that you have to pay to the court must be paid in cash to the court. You can take it to the front window. They'll be more than happy to take it and give you a receipt for that. Pardon?
Okay. I'm unable to pay escrow today.
Ma'am? Ma'am. I ordered that escrow will be paid in the amount of 86. Do not interrupt me again. Escrow will be paid in the amount of $86.44 per day. It is due and payable to the court every 7 days. That's my order. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, counsel.
Yeah, that's going to be fun next week. That's going to be a lot of fun. Also, thanks, Bob. Good to see you, Bob Nodel's Gyroscope. I still love the name. Thanks, Bob. All right. Next one, we are going to Thurston County. I believe it's Thurston. I know Thurston and Lacey are right next to each other. I'm probably 50% of the time, probably wrong 50% of the time. When I say Thurston, it might be Lacey. When I say Lacey, it might be Thurston. I don't know. It's the same judges, though. They just, I don't know. I don't know how it works there. Anyways, this one is, this one's interesting. All right, let's go.
All right, so well, now I've got you all seated. Why don't you stand up and I'll put you both under oath. Ms. Warren, raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, Mr. Joseph, you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. All right, thanks. So we're here on case 24-212, and I'm looking back and forth here because I have two screens and my file's electronics. And just so you know what I'm doing, I am listening. I just have to look at things this way. So just give me a moment to get everything going.
See you later, Gigi, and good luck. I don't know why you're in the hospital, but I hope you get out of there as fast as possible.
Okay,
I really
I'm trying to
do.
make
Also,
this
Jody, I
smaller
hope you're
so
doing
that I
well
can
as well.
More screen. I just need it half. I'm trying to exit. You know, I'm already. Oh, I can do that. So it's just exit full screen. Yeah.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Okay, I can take it from there.
Oh,
Thanks.
what's up,
Thank
Katie
you.
Zed?
You're-
How are you doing today? I watched your stream with Kfar. Was that 2 or 3 nights ago? I was on the replay crew, but it was a
Give me
good
more
stream.
real estate
I enjoyed
here.
it. Oh, I actually think I meant you. When I said GG, I think I actually meant you. I saw the G, so I think I just wished GG
All right, so
an expedited hospital stay when I met you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The G names. Apparently, I get them confused.
Ms. Warren, then you're still asking for this order? Okay, and Mr. Joseph, you're objecting this order?
So, yes.
It's up to you.
Yes.
Okay, All right, so we'll go forward today. And first off, Ms. Warren, you're prepared to go forward today? All right, Mr. Joseph, you're prepared to go forward? Yes, okay, I need people to answer out loud because we're recording. So, all right, so you were served August 5th. More than enough time to prepare. What we're working off of is, of course, this petition. And let me just re-review. I've read a lot of things in the meantime, but I think I have know where I am on this.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Just hit me up, Discord or email. I'll see it. But yeah, that'd be fun. I forgot how much dead time was in this. Hopefully it's just a couple more seconds and we'll get on the way. But this case is creepy, interesting, weird.
Familiarizing myself with
Wait till you hear
allegations. And Mr. Joseph, you haven't filed anything in response to this. We're just going to hear from you directly.
Yes, I would think, because this is my first time ever dealing with this kind of a situation.
Okay. Well, that's fine. You don't have to file anything. I just want to be sure that I'm not missing anything. All right. So I'm going to start over here with Ms. Warren, ask her if there's anything more or something I should focus in on or anything more she wants to say about this. And then I'll turn to you and hear from you, and I make a decision whether this temporary restraining order or protection order that we issued continues after today or not. And so, Ms. Warren, what would you like to add or say or focus in on? Or
when the additional videos that I had submitted from July 16th, he had come over again to my house after the sheriff's office had called him, letting him know that they were going to serve paperwork. He came and he wouldn't leave. Admitted twice on the video.
Hey, Mama Wolf, good to see you. Good to see you. I've been trying to keep your son in line. It's a lot harder than it looks. It really is. But I've been trying. But good to see you.
You know, to the damage he had caused to my vehicle, my property. And I'm just really tired and want this to stop.
so we signed this temporary order July 1st, and then I think we reissued when we were unsuccessful getting service to Mr. Joseph to let him know that this is going on. And then July 16th, were you there for those discussions or overheard?
I was there. It was, I had just come out of my house to lock up my gate that I had recently installed to park my car in my carport. And I saw what looked like his vehicle at the entrance of my house. And then the vehicle had pulled out. So I, went about my business and I was opening the gate and then he pulled up. And then 3 nights after that, one of the 12 security cameras that I recently installed shows him driving by as a passenger.
So after the 1st, you mean 3 nights after the 1st of July?
3 nights after the 16th.
After the 16th, so the 16th and July 19th. Okay. And so again, what did you see on July 19th then?
He drove by my house around 3:30 in the morning as a passenger in another vehicle.
Okay, and how did you know it was Mr. Joseph?
You saw my security camera. You can see his head look out the window as they're driving by very slow.
So you recognize Mr. Joseph? And I need to answer out loud.
Yes.
Okay. And it was 3 o'clock in the morning. So drove by on this, what street is that again?
Ruddle Road.
Okay. And so this is July 19th, about 18 days after served, or no, 3 days after he was served. Is that what you're
correct?
Okay.
Just wait till you hear him talk. This is why I said this is creepy. This is creepy because you know what? I'm not going to spoil it, but she's obviously very fearful of this guy. And when he talks, you're just going to be like, what is wrong with you, man? Yep, I don't want to spoil it. Let's go.
I have an affidavit from law enforcement. They served him on August 5th, not in July. So can you explain what happened on the 16th?
So the first order was issued. So there was 3 orders that were reissued. The sheriff's office had contacted him. I'm not sure if it was on the 16th or on the 15th, notifying him that they had an order to serve and then asking him when he would be home. Which prompted him to come over to work things out. And that's when I called Lacey PD.
Okay, so he came over on the 16th, but you had notification from the officers.
Now, I agree, Vince, but I mean, we snuck out because we didn't have anything to do. I feel like teenagers now with all the technology, I don't know. I guess I shouldn't speak. I don't know. My kids are too young to even be thinking about sneaking out right now. But if I had the video games I have now when I was a kid, I would never have gone anywhere. But at the same time, I was a kid and I liked getting into trouble. So who knows?
Maybe by phone is what you heard through the officers, but didn't have I can't say that he had knowledge of the provisions of the order yet.
He hadn't been served yet. And then Lacey PD, I had a copy of the order of the service packet, and they said that they weren't able to serve him. Sergeant Parker, I spoke with him. He's the training supervisor. He said that was an administrative error and there were new officers and that they should have served him that day. He was at my house.
Right, but August 5th, this court issued another reissuance and then it was finally served. Okay, so. All right, and then so this goes back to what you've relayed in your information. Way back to December, when you first met, December of 2023. Okay, and then, all right, then you detail March and April events and into June. And then the assertion in June, which apparently is that what caused you to finally come into court. Okay, that your vehicle tires, or was it your gas tank? You had a flat tire. Okay.
I had come out, so I work from home. I had 10 people in town for a work retreat, and I had one person staying at my house. We had come out the next morning to leave for this work retreat. My tire was flat, her tire was flat, and then there's another vehicle. So if you're looking at my house, in the very front of my house, there's gravel where I was parked. My driveway is on the right. On the left is a walkway to my front door where there is a camera up there that didn't work at the time. And then the other vehicle that had a slashed tire was directly to the left of the walkway. So my car and this other car that wasn't at my house were 15 feet apart or something. But he never crossed the walkway of my driveway. That's the videos I submitted or my neighbor's cameras. There's another video that was submitted that shows him walking all the way around the neighborhood. And then another video showing him slash the tire on that yellow car and then going back around instead of just walking from my car to that car that we're so close. So that, and then it was like 2.5 hours later. You can't see him in this video, but you can see somebody near my gas tank with a flashlight for an extended period. And that I had to have cleaned out and couldn't start it. Not knowing if there was something in there, but the gas tank was open.
So you took it in somewhere?
A Goodyear Auto.
Okay, and was anything discovered in there?
So I had to replace all 4 tires because you can't just replace one on an all-wheel drive vehicle. This is the third set of tires I've had this year. The friend of mine in my driveway also had to replace all 4 tires, and then my gas tank, officers said, well, if it was open and the cap was loose, it's likely something was in there, but the auto shop said that gasoline eats everything so quickly, they wouldn't be able to tell if there was something in there or not, but that if I would have started my vehicle with something in it, it would have destroyed my engine.
So you had it towed?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Let's see, before I turn to Mr. Joseph, anything else?
Just that this has affected my entire life and my family. I'm a gun owner for the first time in my life, which feels crazy. And I've spent thousands of dollars on security measures and closing my carport so I can safely park my vehicle. My boys, who are 16, sleep with hunting knives on every surface in their bedroom and take shifts staying up at night because they want to protect their mom. And I don't go anywhere alone. My friend in the back is a domestic violence and MMIP advocate that, assured me how to stay safe. And it's just been terrorizing for months. Don't leave my house, don't go anywhere alone. My IT guy is tracking my location. And it's really scary.
Right. And as far back as, let's see if I can see here. You're asserting that as far back, at least April, he said, stop messaging me. Prior to that, saying sort of needed space, not interested in dating in March. Is that about right? Okay, finally by April. All right, we are now. All right, so Mr. Joseph.
All right, before we get into what the guy says, again, this is weird. This is weird. And no, it's not just because he vandalized her car. They used to date or went on a couple dates. They were together for a little bit, I think. And he kind of stalks her. He just does creepy things. But yeah, vandalism is a large part of what's going on. And I think that's enough for a PPO, to be honest, even without the creepy stalkerish behavior. But let's just listen to what this guy says.
Hear from you on your response to this request for this order. That's why I asked first off if he objected to this. And so now's your opportunity to kind of respond to this petition and the information filed. And if there's anything I should know about, I presume, not to issue this order.
Most of the story, I'll say, is true to some degree, but I don't believe that it is all true.
All right. Tell me what you think. I won't know unless you tell me.
Well, we met in December, and I thought we had a good thing going. I did do something that was wrong. I did lie to her about my situation, but it was ultimately true. It's just that it's the details that somebody didn't want to see or hear. And so she did say, hey, Jesse, stop. I want to take a break. And I took a week off to, kind of let things cool down. And then so I reached out, just to see.
About when that was? When you took a break?
It was a week. So I thought it was April.
Okay.
So I took a week to stop calling, and let her get her situation in order. And the thing is that I cared about Erica, and I cared about her kids. And so when she told me her story, I understood her story. She told me one of her boys had OD'd or had overdosed or something. And so I really took care, to her situation. And so when she said she wanted a break, I got it because of my situation and because of her kids. And so I was like, I'm gonna back off. But then she just kind of like, I don't know, she just kind of just cut me off and didn't talk to me or anything. And I was like, well, what's going on? Like, this is, I don't understand. I get you're upset at me, but I'm still concerned about your kids and just you and your well-being. And
That doesn't give you the right to stalk her, man, or to vandalize her property. And yeah, just for anyone that doesn't know, going on a break, leave them alone. Let them come back to you. I left her alone for a week. Okay. Good for you, man. Should have left her alone until she contacted you. It's that simple. That's also a nice way of saying they want to break up with you. He doesn't understand.
And so it kind of put me in a situation to where I'm like, well, what's going on? Like, I'm kind of lost in the dark, and then I feel like I've been betrayed in some sense. And so I was upset, don't get me wrong, but I'm not doing anything to anybody's gas tank for sure. That's not something I'm doing. I did slash the tires, but the reason for that is because I feel like she lied to me just like I lied to her about her relationship. And so it kind of worked out that way. I actually didn't get the call from the officer until August 4th. And he actually served me that morning on the 5th. And so that's kind of that. But I'm not here for malicious. I wish you just talk to me like a civil person, like just sit down and talk to me and see if we can work things out. But clearly it was over her head, or she's not capable of doing it. I don't know, but that's what happened. And I do apologize for the things that I did. I did slash the tires because I was jealous because her partner, or whoever this person is, that spent the night, I just felt like, why even take the time to reach out to me? Because I didn't initiate the whole dating thing. I kind of was sitting there chilling by myself, and you came to me. So it is what it is. I'm here to just kind of make peace, move on with my life. Things have changed, so I'm just trying to finish this up. If we gotta make peace, and she want to give me an order, then give me an order. But I'm not here to be aggressive to her kids or her. Maybe her vehicle, yes, but I'm not here for that. I work at a children's hospital. I have 2 kids of my own. I'm not here for all that. Like, that's not. I just want to communicate with the person that I thought I actually enjoyed their time with and spent time with, and that's what I'm here for. And I just wanted to communicate with her that she did not want to communicate with me, and it leads you to a bunch of chaos in your own mind. So that's what I'm here for, and I'm here to move forward. So, like I said, yes, I'm gonna deny the order, but if you extend it to however long the person.
So April.
Okay. There's a ton to unpack in what he just said. I told you this guy's creepy. First off, how did he know that she was with somebody? Because he's stalking her. He was upset, so he slashed her tires? Really? Stop stalking her. She doesn't want anything to do with you. And then you slash her tires because she doesn't want anything to do with you. Just think about what you're doing, man.
You thought, we're taking a break, I'll get a hold of you in about a week, and then after that you felt like you were cut off. Did you have any other conversations, texts, phone calls, anything after that?
I text her. I kind of give her my text, like it's like, hey, how are you doing? And then just to show like that I actually care, so I would send her songs or something of that nature. But nothing where I'm not gonna hurt you, I'm gonna hurt your kids, none of that. That's not what I was sending.
Okay. So then, all right, so there's an agreement there that there was things left, and then
I'm not going to hurt you. I'm not going to hurt your kids, but your car is free game. Your car is free game. Come on, man. You do one violent act, even if it's just slashing a tire, that's a violent act. Yeah, they're terrified of you.
25th, didn't do anything to the gas tank, but you were jealous and you did slash the tire. And then what about the allegations of coming by 3 o'clock in the morning, July 19th, driving down Ruddle Road?
This person?
Someone else driving, you being a passenger?
No, I don't recall that. I usually pretty straightforward doing something.
That would have been a Friday. Or maybe a Saturday morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm not sure. All right, so that you don't.
No,
recollection
yeah,
or
I'm
it didn't
not.
happen.
I don't. No, solo. I'm usually a solo person. I don't.
Okay. Just re-reviewing information here. If I have any other questions from anybody. I need the file there. Stuff.
And I wish also, because her son did contact me, and we had a conversation. And
You know when that happened?
I'm gonna say it happened sometime between. Can I use my phone for that? July 21st.
So he texted or called or,
Yeah, at 2 a.m.
all right. And did you respond or,
Yes, I did.
okay, all right, so you, since that time, have you been having contact independently from the 16-year-old?
No, that was just the one time. He was curious kind of what was going on, and I was also curious about what was going on, and so we kind of just talked a little bit, but
Okay. All right. All right, so Mr. Joseph, Ms. Warren, I am going to continue this order. It's going to be for a year, and it means, Mr. Joseph, that you don't contact Ms. Warren or the kids. Now, Ms. Warren, you're going to have to talk to your sons. They're old enough to kind of text people and call people and go see people. You're going to have to talk to your sons about this order, that it includes them and that you're the one who says who they have contact with. And you have to make sure they understand that. Don't put.
I don't think he has been yet, but admitting to slashing her tires on the record, I mean that can be criminal, especially if he already had a PPO against him when he did that. Yeah. Sally Port, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. I appreciate it. Welcome to the 5 new members. Thank you so much, Sally Port. Good to see you. I appreciate it. Thank you. You're awesome.
You know, if whatever their feelings are as to Mr. Joseph, don't put him in peril by contacting him. You know, Mr. Joseph, if you get further texts, phones, they drop in whatever from the kids, you got to take yourself away from that. And so count on you, Ms. Warren, to kind of police your kids.
I tried to keep his last name secret for months and months and months, and they saw the third order, and
Well, they're pretty, they're 16-year-olds.
right.
Yeah, so scoop them. All right, so Mr. Joseph, then I'll write up this order. It's not going to change from what the temporary order was. Let me pay attention to this, and then I'm going to turn back to both of you and kind of explain things. And we'll all have a copy of this.
Can the order be for longer than 1 year?
At this stage, I'm going to issue it for a year. There is the possibility, if you feel you need it to go longer, you can apply to the court within 3 months of it expiring. So this is August 19th. So starting 3rd week in May, you can ask the court to reconsider. And then kind of the burden shifts there to Mr. Joseph to prove that there isn't going to be any other unlawful harassment. And then the court would have a hearing to determine if the order should go forward farther. And you would be notified, Mr. Joseph, and we'd be back here again. Let me pay attention to this real quick, and I can answer questions as we go.
Yeah, she said she has 12 cameras on her property. That's how she knew that he was the one who slashed her tires and poured something into her gas tank. So she has all that. Um, about 50-50, whether or not I do a Saturday live stream or not. I take Saturday nights off, but yeah, I've been more and more regular at Saturday afternoons, but it's not every Saturday. But if I do go live on Saturdays, it's generally about 2 p.m. Eastern. And more dead air.
So, this mirrors, Mr. Joseph, you just stay away from the kids, stay away from Ms. Warren, don't in any way, in person, through family or friends, social media, in any way. Stay 1,000 feet away from wherever she lives, and so now we know that going down Ruddle Road, stay away from Ruddle Road, try a different way to get across town. And will expire August 19 of 2025 unless Ms. Warren asks the court for further hearing to discuss that, and then you'd be given notice and we'd hear some more from you as well in the same way that we're doing it here. All right, so I'm going to have my clerk make copies. There'll be one in the court file as well. So if you wanted to wait for a copy, you can, or you can be on your way and access it from the court file. Ms. Warren, would you like to wait or not?
I can wait until it's
Okay.
sent or whatever it is, and I'm just wondering, can I get a transcript from today or something for the civil case for the damages?
You can contact the court after today and get that. Mr. Joseph, do you want to wait for the order or just, okay, we'll get that done here pretty quickly.
I'm glad she was smart enough to ask for that because he admitted it. He admitted to slashing her tires. Yeah. He would have been better off just not showing up. Just prove to her that I don't want anything to do with you. Because I feel like he thought he was in therapy right there. The way he was talking and what he was saying, I feel like he thought he was in therapy. And he used that court date to see her again, which is creepy. I hope she's okay. And I hope he figures it out that stay away from her, man. But yeah, that guy scares me. He scares me. All right, let's change tones. That one was a little too rough. Let's change tones. Before we do, James, thank you so much for the 4 months. That is awesome. And it's okay that you joined late. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you so much for the 4 months. Okay. I don't remember what's next. I think we're actually going to Judge Stevens, which
Beaver Gordon,
yep.
please.
Generally he has some rough cases. This one isn't rough. It's more of the defendant's an idiot. So let's go.
Joey Adams, 23-41393. You can't make this stuff up, really. Tom.
No, Judge,
God bless. I know that's so unlike you. Really? Really? This is set for trial. You think you're going to impress a jury? Dressed like that, sir? You look like this is a clam dig. This isn't a clam dig. Really? You really? All the jurors are going to be dressed in ties, well coiffed, neat, and this is how you're going to impress a jury? It's jury day. I mean, we could call you right now and pick a jury here at 1 o'clock. You think that's? Do you wear that to church, Mike, for example? That's not funny. It's not funny. This is basic stuff. Well, actually, you can dress any way you want, but it's foolish to dress like that in court. Two things. You either don't understand and appreciate intellectually the importance of what's going on, or you really think it's not important and it's not, there's no reason to be respectful. Either of those are bad choices to make. All right, why don't we try this today? I don't- just saying
I
that.
can try it, Judge. I'm ready.
Y'all ready?
Not try to make Judge.
Okay, why? On this one? What, did you have a resetting on? Did you have a motion?
He's a dinosaur. He's not a fossil because he's still alive. So he's a dinosaur. You know, because all the dinosaurs are still alive, right? Yeah, we all know that.
It's filed Friday, Judge. You may not have.
Next was filed Friday after I
Made to your
reviewed the
file.
files.
Tip me off
You're-
on this.
you're all right.
Call me, you know, you're gonna get some slack. Just let me.
I understand.
Something
that.
came up.
And it's certainly
Something
not-
came up at the last minute.
not our
Well,
habit to
I mean,
file.
it's. Okay.
As I stated,
Do you
Judge,
retain on this?
I am.
Well,
I have no objection to him having time, Your Honor.
how long have you been representing the defendant?
72 hours.
You've only been representing for 3 days?
Yes, Judge. You were hired Friday. What I was trying to say was it's not our practice to
Okay,
not
hold
take
on,
the court off 3 days before a trial sitting.
hold on. Who was the other lawyer?
Langston was, Judge.
Oh, okay. The way I was reading this. Okay, Langston. You're being substituted. You knew that.
Yes, sir.
Because until I sign this, you're still up. But you're not gonna have a year or 6 months or anything like that to
6
prepare.
months is sufficient.
Okay, I'm gonna reset for 6 months.
Probably we shoot this guy in a minute. The good thing is it wasn't an evading charge. Is that true?
Yeah, he's old school though, and you see it a lot in with the younger judges. They won't even, when you take the oath, they won't even say, you know, they won't make you swear on the Bible or anything. They'll just say, do you will you promise to tell the truth or whatever they say. They won't make them swear to God. But it's, I feel like that's slowly getting phased out. But yeah, Judge Stevens is like we said, he's a dinosaur. He is very old school in his ways still, and you know, as long as it doesn't affect his ruling, yeah, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't. I won't let religion bother me. It's just what other people believe. You know, let them believe it. As long as it doesn't impact me, they can believe whatever they want.
What's your bond right now? You don't know? You don't? Every defendant I know knows what the answer is to that. Yeah, yeah. Why did I up it, do you think? Because you tested positive for cocaine and marijuana in court. See any good reason to do that, you think? That was just in what, May? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised you make decisions like this when you're making other poor decisions, like let's use cocaine and marijuana. All right, I've granted your request, and I find good cause, Langston. You are released. We're going to set this for trial soon, though. This one is one that shouldn't be a real problem to get tried quickly. Looks like it's pretty succinct, so it'll be set in a few weeks, please. And you're going to get a resetting. You're the lawyer. He's going to get drug tested again. I don't trust him. Lance Dixon.
Woo! Did you see that response? Did you see the defendant's response right then? I'm going to say that his attorney probably said, probably won't get drug tested since you were just drug tested last week when you were here. But, you know, I don't know that. But right when he said, you're going to get drug tested, I don't trust you. He, you know what that means? You mean to rewind? All right, I'll rewind 10 seconds so you can see his reaction when he says it. Sure.
And you're going to get a resetting. You're the lawyer. He's going to get drug tested again. I don't trust him. Lance Dixon. Yeah, Lance Dixon, please. 23-41449. He's tested positive twice. While on bond.
That's fine. Okay, we're just following instructions.
Lance Dixon, 23-41449. On up, Mr. Gordon. Here's Mr. Goodos.
Look at that slow walk up. He knows what's coming. You guys know what's coming as well. You saw the reaction. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is.
Langston Adams.
MB, I missed it. Thank you so much for the PayPal, MB. That is awesome. Very generous of you. I appreciate it, MB. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sorry that was late. It says 16 minutes ago. I learned how to mute my email during streams, and it's not supposed to mute it on my phone though. I'm supposed to still get notifications, so I didn't see it. So MB, thank you so much.
I don't have Mr. Gordon. Oh, okay. Okay.
No. Check Discord. I've got a favor to ask of you for Tuesday. I'm gonna need your help with something. So after my stream, check Discord. Thank you.
Oh, no, I was looking for a phone.
You do have to get back.
Yeah. I think it was going to be reset. I think that was the plan. That's the reason why I reduced it. All right. Thank you. So. You building up a rich history here in just this case. You tested positive for marijuana back in June 12, which was 2 weeks after the cocaine and marijuana positive in May 29. What is his bond now?
$60,000.
Well, it's doubled to $120,000. Your bond is revoked. You are taken into custody. You will continue. Don't interrupt the court. You'll have a chance to speak, but your lawyer would tell you not to say anything. Your bond is revoked, and it always doubles. It always doubles when you fail a drug test, and you must continue to have a drug patch, and it will keep going up. It will be costing. It will continue to cost you, but the rules must be followed in this court. Do you understand? Taken into custody. That is all. And tell the attorney that his lawyer's in custody now.
You know, if I was out on bond for $60,000, if I was able to afford that and I was out, I would do everything in my power to make sure I didn't violate bond. You know, if I had to do a handstand for 6 minutes every single day, I would find a way to do it. I probably couldn't do it for 6 seconds, but I would find a way to do it. 60,000 and you're out there smoking. Like, you're not supposed to. It's illegal in Texas. You know, like all the weed arguments out there, it doesn't matter because it's illegal. You can't do it. You can't. And it's a violation of bond. Raising it from 60 to 120 does seem a little excessive for a weed violation, but he knew better. It was going up. But yeah, 120 might be a little excessive. That's a lot for a weed violation. But yeah, he messed up, man. All right, we're going to the last case. What's up, Walter? Isn't that special? Hey. All right, last one. We're staying in Texas, so we're gonna watch Judge Garcia have some fun. I think it's Judge Garcia. Is that the last clip? You know me. I never remember what clips I put in these. Yep, it's Judge Garcia. Whenever I say court crawl, it's just a randomness. So we just got a random. What's up, Victoria? All right. Last clip. You guys are awesome. Before we start the last clip, I do want to throw out a couple announcements, which I should have done last night and I forgot to. But tomorrow night's the fantasy football draft. So instead of a court stream, it's going to be a football stream. So I really hope you guys all still come hang out with us, though, because we're going to have a lot of fun. There's a lot of us going to be involved. So just to run down the list of people that are playing. Now, I'm gonna miss some people on this list. So we have Heather, the First Lady, myself, Judge Fleischer, Team Skeptic's son, our very own Legal Fiction. We have Drunk Beaver Productions, Jay Hart, he's playing. We have People in Court. We have KCC, Mikey from Credence and Mikey. We've got two more. Who am I missing? I told you I always forget things. What two am I missing? Man. All right, Legal Fiction. Jay Hart, help me out. Why am I forgetting two people? Who am I forgetting? Lone Wolf. Yeah, Lone Wolf. Thank you. Lone Wolf is playing. Wow. If he's still listening, yeah, he'll be okay. Yeah, Lone Wolf is playing. We're still missing somebody, though. We're still missing the 12th. I'm looking right now before I mess this up. Who am I missing? Oh, Jen Hardy. Jen Hardy's the last one. Jen Hardy and her husband. They're technically both playing on the same team. So we have Jen Hardy, her husband, Lone Wolf, Judge Fleischer, Team Skeptic's son, People in Court, KCC, Jay Hart, Legal Fiction, Heather, myself. I think I just nailed everybody. Okay. All right. So that's going to be tomorrow night. I will be streaming it live, even though, People in Court doesn't want me to. She's afraid she's going to get embarrassed because she doesn't know what she's doing, but she's playing because she wants to have fun with us. So, yeah. So that's going to be at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Hopefully it goes smoothly, but no promises. No promises. We're playing with there's only a few of us that have played before. So it's going to be entertaining, and it's going to be a chance to watch all of us hang out together and not talk about court or sovereign citizens or Karens. So it'll be fun. So I hope to see you guys there. Also, you know what? I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to say the next thing because I want it to happen. And every time I say something, it doesn't happen. So I'm not going to say the second part. Okay. So that's going to be tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. So I hope to see you guys all there. All right. Let's play the last clip. Judge Garcia. Let's go.
All right, let me get Trident Realty, and then I think this one is going to be the occupants of Fulton Avenue. He was on Zoom. There he is.
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am.
Mars. All right, go ahead, Counsel Taylor. You're on mute.
Yes, Your Honor. In this matter, we had an agreement at the last hearing to give him 30 days to move. I sent him an agreement. He did not receive it. He called me yesterday. I resent it, but then he asked for another 30 days, which my client is not willing to do. But the best I can offer is we move forward today with a judgment for possession. It's an eviction after foreclosure. Mr. Mars isn't the prior owner. He's a tenant of the prior owner. And we would hold off on the writ and have the writ not issue until Monday, September 26th. That gives him time to move as long as he doesn't appeal. So if you just write the judgment that says the writ won't run till the 25th or till after the 25th of September, then I think that's what I can offer Mr. Mars if he's willing to forego an appeal and just get himself moved out.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Mars, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna issue a possession only judgment. Of course,
Your
it's
Honor,
gonna go against the occupants.
if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Mars.
I would first of all would like to contest the 3-day notice to vacate. Under the Protecting Tenants Act of Foreclosure, the law requires that landlords to permit bona fide tenants with a standing lease, which I have, remain in the home until the lease is up. If not, then a 90-day notice to vacate should be the least.
Your Honor, I believe that has been sunset, but also we have not received any rent during the time. So therefore, and he has not sent a copy of the lease and we've been in contact with him for a bit. So at this point, Your Honor, the 3-day is appropriate to move forward as he is not current on whatever lease he purports to have.
Mr. Mars, have you been paying your rent?
We were paying rent until the foreclosure happened. When the foreclosure happened, we attempted to make contact with the attorney.
Are you current on your rent right now?
With who?
With the
Yes. Members Monday is still happening. The only way that Members Monday will not happen is if I can't get a video together. Now, with a long 3-day weekend, and I didn't spend a lot of time court hopping this past week. For most of you that know, I've been hard on the job search lately. So I've been kind of taking a back seat on specific days of the week when I don't think they're going to be that busy in the courts. So as long as I can get a video together, we'll be good for Monday night, which I have one in mind. That's about a 45-minute clip. So it might be a shorter live, but I'm going to save that for Monday night. So we should be good for Monday night.
Your landlord, have you been paying rent?
With our landlord, yes. The landlord that lost his house, yes, we are current with our rent with him, yes.
Your Honor, the foreclosure happened on May 7th. We've been the owner, my client's been the owner of the property since that date. We passed over June, July, and August, and we've received no payments.
Okay, Mr. Mars, I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you current on your rent as of today, which means you paid May, June, July, and August?
As of this date, we are not current on those months of rent that are in question
That's exactly
since
what
the
I
foreclosure.
just asked you 5 minutes ago, and you said yes.
Since the
Okay,
foreclosure,
so you are
ma'am,
not
I had been
current on your
current.
rent.
We've been here for over 3 years. We've never missed a payment until the foreclosure happened. And then we don't know who to pay.
Okay, so on
We
your
were not,
foreclosure, you were given.
were we supposed to continue giving money to the landlords? They lost the house in June when
Can I talk? Can I talk? Can I
Yes,
answer
ma'am.
any of the questions you're asking me? Can I answer now?
I'm sorry, yes, ma'am.
All right. So when they bought the house under the foreclosure, they sent out paperwork of the new owners, which was on the notice to vacate. Under the Foreclosure Act, a bona fide tenant is one that is current on their mortgage. As of right now, you are not current on the mortgage. You are not a bona fide tenant. And so at this point, I am making my ruling. Judgment is for possession only.
Your Honor,
Give me 1 minute, Mr.
protection-
Martin. I will let you respond. Give me 1 minute. I will let you respond. Give me 1 minute. Judgment is for possession only. It is not under your name. It is under the address. It is not going to show up on your credit because it is not named to you specifically. But go ahead, Mr. Mars. I will let you go ahead and respond.
Your Honor, under the Protecting Tenants Act of Foreclosure, it states that the tenant, which is me, must be current at the time of sale. And at the time of sale in May, or I was living here in May, in June, when they sold the house, which is when we were notified, we were current at rent at the time of sale. That's exactly, I could read you the law right here. It says, the law applies to any dwelling or residential real property that has a bona fide lease and is subject to foreclosure by an immediate successor in interest such as a bank. The landlord is to permit bona fide tenants to stay in the residence until the end of the lease, except when the property is bought for someone to move into or there is no lease. And this, even when there is no lease, it states that it's still a 90-day notice to vacate. We were current at the time of sale.
Okay, what you're not understanding is you haven't paid the new owner of the property. You haven't paid them. You admitted that. So that was for 2 months. You've lived there for free for 2 months, and it's not going on your record. So even if she grants you the 90 days, you have less than 30 days left in that. So you should already be planning on moving. I don't exactly know what you're trying to win here. Are you trying to get 90 days after today to move? That's not going to happen. That started when you stopped paying. So, all right, I'm off my soapbox. Yeah, and for everyone that was saying that, some people like landlord-tenant cases, some people don't. I'm in the middle. Sometimes tenants get screwed, sometimes landlords get screwed. Generally, if you watch 100 of these a day, 95 of them just go flawlessly. They only take 2 minutes apiece, but there's always the one. There's always the one, like this guy. I'm going to continue to live here for free. It's not going on your record. You have lost nothing. You have gained 2 months free of rent. Hopefully you were planning on moving. Okay. Again, rant's over.
Okay, were you current in May?
Yes, ma'am. We were current in May up until June. When we were served with an eviction notice, that was the last payment we made. We made the June payment to the owners of the house at that time.
And
up
Your
until
Honor,
June 1st.
But he has not
Okay,
paid
give
my
me 1 minute,
client
Mr. Meyer.
since that time. There's been no payments for rent, so he was under his existing lease. He's in default for June, July, and August at this point. And our 3-day notice would be appropriate for that. It doesn't have to name any amounts. It just needs to give him a 3-day notice to vacate because he's not current under the lease agreement now.
Your Honor, he's stating two different things. Either I'm an existing lease and he's trying to evict me as a tenant, or it's a foreclosure and I'm a tenant and that's been here and that's being evicted through foreclosure. He can't go with both.
Your Honor, I'm not going for both. If we want to get technical, the lease would have been wiped out by the foreclosure. It would not exist. He has not paid anything to establish any right to stay there after the foreclosure with us. If he would have made payments to us, he would have rights. He has not. And so we gave him a notice to vacate after a couple of months had ended, where he would have been default under the lease that he had.
I will say this. This guy does do a decent enough job with stating his point. He cited the laws, and the attorney had to come back. He made a decent enough argument where the attorney had to respond. How many pro ses do you see where the attorney actually comes back with something, not just like, I don't even need to respond to that. So he's not doing a bad job. He's just not right. You got to understand what you're saying when you say it. You can't just read it and think you understand it.
He says my lease would not be valid, but under the Protection Tenants Act of Foreclosure, my lease was valid at the time of sale, and he would have to allowed me to stay it out or give me a 90-day notice to vacate. I was current at the time of sale.
All right, this is the second time this Foreclosure Act has been brought up. So at this point right now, I will make my decision by the end of day. I have got to look at this Foreclosure Act into more detail. And I will go ahead and make my decision by the end of day today.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
Your Honor, how will I be notified?
You'll be notified through mail with either a judgment or a dismissal.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right. That's it. That's all I got. We don't even know how it ends because she's mailing out the judgment. But I just like that because, even though I think he's wrong, I think the lawyer pointed out that he's wrong. So he's leaving. He's going to be leaving. But that's all I got. That's it for the court today. I hope you guys have a great Saturday night. Be safe. Please be safe. Don't do anything dumb. Again, fantasy football tomorrow night. Members only Monday. I'm off tonight. I do have a video to put out tonight. So there will be a video, but I won't be there. I'm going to be hanging out with my beautiful girlfriend. Date night. Okay. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you Lone Wolf for the raid. Thank you guys for the gifted memberships, the membership milestones. MB, thank you so much for the PayPal. That was very generous of you. Thank you so much. You guys have a great rest of your evening, and I'm out. Until next time, bye.
Thank you.
All right.